to make women chase you, to make women invest in you, to make women curious about you, to make women think about you, to occupy a woman's thoughts. The number one most powerful way to do that, okay, especially if that chick is super hot, if she's a dime piece, okay? The hotter she is, the better this is gonna work, by the way. Okay, the number one most powerful way to do this is by disqualifying yourself as a potential suitor. Okay, now what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is exactly what I said. Disqualifying yourself as a potential mate. Okay, as a potential boyfriend, as a potential dating partner. You might think, why would I want to do that? I want her to know that I want to get in her pants. I want her to know that I like her. I want her to know that I want her to be mine. Why would I do that? Right? The reason why you would do that is because most girls who are attractive, okay, and she doesn't even have to be that attractive. I've said this before. She could be a 6 in looks, right? She could just be a very cute 6, right? She could have a pretty face, maybe a really cute face, and be 20 pounds overweight, even 30 pounds overweight. Guys will still try to get with her. Guys will still try to hop in the sack with her, right? Guys will still try to, get her in bed and have sex with her. She doesn't even have to be a dime piece to get, a good amount of attention from men. So even for 6s these days, a lot of these girls are, they have guys competing for them. So you have to understand, any girl who is even the least bit cute that is getting attention from men, that is getting male attention, when guys come into her life, because she gets male attention, her guard is immediately going to go up, okay? Her guard is immediately going to go up because she's just going to assume this guy's trying to have sex with me. This guy's trying to sleep with me, right? And again, the hotter she is, the more she's going to be thinking this in her head. Like any guy that walks into her life or anything like that, or any guy that she meets, she's automatically going to feel is trying to have sex with her, is trying to get with her, just because that is what she's experienced her entire life, right? She's really never had any guys, if any guy, ever purposely come into her life and then suddenly just disqualify himself as a potential suitor. So it's at the point where she's gotten so much attention her entire adult life that she just assumes any guy that talks to her automatically wants to have sex with her. Any guy that even looks at her cross-eyed automatically wants to marry her off, right? So what I teach a lot of my advanced students to do is to disqualify themselves as a potential suitor. And the way we do that is very, very simple. We do that through negs, right? We might neg the girl. For me personally, what I teach students is girls who are like bona fide 9s and 10s, like bona fide hot girls, especially those dime pieces. We pepper in 3 negs in a row when we meet the girl, right? We will literally hit her with 3 negs in a row to just kind of bring her down a notch, let her know that, hey, we're not being taken in by your beautiful woman spell. We're not going to sit here and supplicate ourselves to you. We don't need you to feel good about ourselves. Your beauty is not going to put us in our heads where we're going to start acting and, acting retarded and saying stupid things. Disqualifying yourself as a potential suitor with hot women and even just cute women is very, very powerful, because you are bringing down her guard. Because you really can't work game on a girl until you bring down her guard. And this is why we do this. We disqualify ourselves as a potential suitor. We need to bring down her guard in order to work game on her. Now, obviously, when you're going direct on a girl, you can't do this. You can't disqualify yourself as a suitor because you're going direct on her. You're communicating your attraction for her immediately upon your approach. This is why we call it a direct approach, where you're walking up to the girl and you're like, hey, my name's Matt. I thought you were cute. I was standing over there. I would have kicked myself if I didn't come over and say hi to you. So I just want to say hi. I can't stay. I've got to go meet some friends right now. But I did want to come and say hi. What's your name? Right, you're going direct, so you're already communicating your attraction for her during a direct approach. So when you're going to be disqualifying yourself as a potential suitor, you're generally going to do this when you're going indirect on a girl. You're not automatically communicating your attraction for her. We also disqualify ourselves as a potential suitor when the girl is already in our social circle. You might be working with a girl, or she might be a girl at your gym. She might be one of your waitresses at your favorite restaurant, something like that. Obviously, with those girls, you would not want to go direct anyway, because if you did and you get blown out it becomes very, very awkward if you have to see the girl again and she's like, oh my God, here goes that guy, he was trying to ask me out, right? So what I teach students is whenever it's a girl that you're going to see frequently, especially if that girl's in your social circle, you never want to go direct on a girl like that, right? You never want to go direct on her because it can backfire, right? Because if you do a botched approach, or for any reason the girl blows you out or rejects you, you're gonna always be known as that guy, right? So usually when you want to go direct on a girl, when you want to do direct approaches, it's the times you want to do this is when you can maintain your anonymity, right? When you can remain anonymous, right? This is why I usually do direct cold approach in venues or during street game, where I'm never going to see this girl again. It's not going to matter. She doesn't know who I am. She doesn't know my family or friends or social circle or YouTube channel or anything like that. So it's not going to matter. However, when it comes to girls that I know I'm going to see again, whether they already be in my social circle, maybe it's a girl that I know through a friend, or maybe it's a girl at my gym or a girl at my restaurant, a waitress or something like that, a hostess, then that's when you want to go indirect and you want to disqualify yourself as a potential suitor, right? You don't want to immediately make it known that you want the girl. And this is a big mistake that a lot of newbies make. They meet a very cute girl or even a hot girl in their social circle, or again at their gym or the restaurant or wherever they generally go. They see this girl frequently, and instead of working indirect game on her, they go direct. And they're like, hey, do you have a boyfriend? Hey, can I get your number, right? And then the girl's like, I don't know you from Adam. No, right? And then she blows you out. Then it's weird every time you see her. You know, it's like awkward. So this is why you never want to go direct on a girl that you're going to see frequently, right? A girl that you're going to see again. You never want to go direct. You always want to go indirect. And this is something I've never seen another dating coach teach their students. And I don't know why, but this is huge, right? But whenever you go indirect, it gives you the opportunity to disqualify yourself as a potential suitor. And that is what the entire foundation of indirect game is, disqualifying yourself as a potential suitor. Okay? And like I said, we do this, we accomplish this by negging the girl. We may even talk about a girl that we're currently seeing, right? Or just make one up if you need to, right? I don't advocate lying, but you know, if it helps you, it helps you, right? Whereas a lot of guys, even guys who actually do have girlfriends, and sometimes they even have hotter girlfriends than the girl that they're trying to game, and then they lie about it and they tell the girl, nope, completely single girl, I'm free to go out with you. And it's like, dude, she doesn't want a guy that she can have. She wants a guy that she can't have, right? So the guy will foolishly lie about the fact that he has a hot girlfriend and pretend that he's single. He's actually better off telling the girl the truth and being like, yeah, I'm dating this girl right now, let me show you a photo of her, and whipping out his cell phone like, oh, check us out. You know, we're a great couple. She'll be like, oh my gosh, this guy is dating a very hot girl. That will make her more attracted to you, obviously, because now you have something called pre-selection working in your favor. You have something called social proof. This is why I do not hide my own social media, right? I don't hide my Instagram. I don't hide the fact that I've dated all of these attractive women. Because I get, you know, some guys from time to time being like, oh, what if these women found out? These women you're cold approaching on the street, what if they found out who you are? What if they found out about these other women you've dated? I'm like, I want them to find out. I want them to go to my social media. A lot of times I just give them my social media, right? I'm like, here I am. A lot of times these girls will Google you anyway. These girls will Google you right away. And of course, like mine, they freak out. Oh my God, you're this guy. Oh my gosh, you're this guy. I can't believe the things you're saying. I can't believe you date all these women, blah, blah. And I've never had a single one of those girls ever be like, you know what, I can't date you just because of what you represent. I can't date you because of all these women you've dated. No, not a single one has ever done that. They've all ended up dating me, you know, having sex with me, and, you know, getting into my life, and a couple of them became girlfriends. So it's never hurt me. I mean, pre-selection is that powerful. But initially, what you need to do is disqualify yourself as a potential suitor. And I'll even do that. I'll use my social media for that. If the girl's like, hey, what about all these women? I'm like, what about them? You know, did I say I was interested in you? I mean, literally, if the girl's like a 9 or a 10, a bona fide 9 or 10, I will say that to a girl. I'm like, get over yourself. Don't flatter yourself. At what point did I say I was interested in you? Well, you came and talked to me. on the street, I'm like, I can't say hi to you? I say hi to people all the time. I'm social. What's wrong with that? I'm like, geez, man, talk about narcissism, right? And I'll put the girl in the head like, maybe I am narcissist, right? But what I'm doing is I am disqualifying myself as a potential suitor. Okay? And you might do it as well. Like if you've dated a hot girl, or even if you're friends with a really hot girl, and the girl that you're gaming like goes, hey, are you seeing anybody? It's like, well, yeah, I'm kind of after this girl here. And you could show her the photo like, oh yeah, me and this girl, I'm really into her. She's like super hot. She just turned 21, right? When you're telling like this girl about another girl, you're automatically doing that. You're disqualifying yourself as a potential suitor trying to get in her pants, and her guard will come down to the point where you can now start working game on her. Because most of these hot girls, it's very, very, very difficult to work game on them when their guard is up, when they're just waiting for you to throw your game out, when they're just waiting for you to try to manipulate your way into their pants. They're just waiting for you to do it. However, once you disqualify yourself first, it kind of just opens the door for you to actually work game on her without her like putting her guard up, right? So it's really, really powerful. I know one guy who was like a very average looking guy, and he was like in love. He had one-itis for this model, and she was actually very attractive. I don't know if I would say she was a dime piece. I would say she was definitely at least a 9, right? Maybe even 9.2. Pretty hot girl. And he was just this average guy working construction, had an average job, and she was a model, and she was making good money from that. He knew just naturally, he knew that he couldn't compete with the guys who were trying to get with her. And he knew that she would just reject him if he came up to her, just point blank and tried to game her. So what he did was he told her, I don't suggest doing this, but he told her that he was gay, right? Told this girl that he was gay. Her guard totally came down because she was like, oh, he doesn't want anything from me, he's gay. And then she started hanging out with him. She got to know him. They went on trips together, and then she fell in love with him. And then he ended up marrying her. Crazy, right? Crazy story. But he ended up marrying this girl, and I believe to this day they're still married. Crazy story. I don't advise doing that, but that is an extreme situation of where a guy disqualified himself as a potential suitor because he knew that him as an average looking Joe with an average life going up to this model and just trying to communicate his attraction for her, like, oh, you're beautiful. Will you give me your phone number? Will you go out with me? That wasn't going to work. So he had to disqualify himself first, and obviously that worked in his favor. Some other things you might do is you could talk about other girls, right? Other girls that you're interested in, other girls that you're attracted to around her. You could even ask for her opinion. That's very powerful. You could be like, you could whip out your phone and like get on some like model social media or some girl who looks model looking and be like, hey, what do you think of her? She doesn't live too far away from me, and I really dig this chick. She's not only beautiful, but she's intelligent too. She has a lot going for her. And so that way you could put your target in her head, like, oh, he's after this model-looking girl, and he's after these like really hot, high-caliber girls who are intelligent and all this, and I'm just a waitress, What would he want with me? So you could actually kind of put her in her head, like, I'm just not good enough for him. And that's really what you want to communicate when you disqualify yourself as a potential suitor. It's like, hey, maybe he's not attracted to me because he has higher standards, right? He has higher standards. So just doing that, talking about other women and then asking her for her opinion on these other women, what she thinks of them. You might even see little hints of jealousy come out. Like if you show her a photo of like another girl, she'll be like, you could tell she gets her hair dyed at Kmart, or, oh, look at those clothes. She might even hate on the girl. You'll be able to extract a little bit of jealousy out of her, which, is very, very powerful because jealousy is one of the most powerful aphrodisiacs that leads to sex, right? So that is the number one way that you make women chase you, is by disqualifying yourself as a potential suitor. I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on my YouTube channel. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, it's very, very important you subscribe because it helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. They are not promoting my videos anymore, and I can see why. right? Because I'm really helping you guys. I'm really diving deep into this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content, and they don't like that. The best way to help me out is by subscribing to the channel. Okay, so make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to support my work even further, all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I am talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, dime pieces, guys, dime pieces. Okay, the same exact type of women that myself and all of the students in my program, right, at least most of the students in my program are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, every single week in every country in the world, on all 4 corners of the globe, we are making this happen every single week, regardless of any virus that is going on in society, regardless of any racial inequality that's going on. We are making it happen every single week, okay? Every single week. So this is the absolute best way to support my work is by jumping into 7 Months of Mastery. And right now the first month is only $1. Okay, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. So take advantage of it, and all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.